Check, check, check. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. What a what a task. I've said it many times, I am a trader, not a streamer, and I am learning the ropes. Please forgive me. Let's get into it. So, stupid OBS. All right, yo, let's see what this. Honestly, it's been kind of a low IPO. I was expecting a lot more volatility. We got a sound check, yeah. Let's see. Loud and clear. Kate, appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, so honestly, it was a bit of a crazy open here. Took 2 hours and 15 minutes for the stock to even be listed on the exchange. And I better pause that music or else I'm gonna get striked. So blessings, good to see you all. Severin, let's go. We've got so many wonderful people. We've got Splash Fire, ZZZ. Hey, thank you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Anybody out here trading this today? Let me know. Let me know if anybody caught the move. I did buy some spot here at 160, right around the old, psychological 160 there. Yeah, let me know. Let me pop the stream out here. Pop out chat. There we go. Now we got the chat. Pop in. Bought 150. Ooh, my guy. Masquinari. 666. All right, so let me make sure this is all good. Cool. Looks solid. Let's get into it. So we've got about 20 minutes left in the 23 minutes in the session here, and I want to see how this asset's going to act at the very close. So we've got a little bit of hype is hyped. Yeah, I definitely didn't trade this thing. That being SpaceX on derivatives. I wanted to. You all were probably on stream with me a little earlier. I really wanted to, but I held back. And oh, we got Tank sold at 180. Nice. So let's check it out. What do we? I want to look into the candles here to see. And this is the 1 minute. Let's back it out a little bit. All right. Huge buys down here. Let me see if we can get the summary up. Yeah, there we go. Summary is showing 82.5 million in the first candle. That's shares with 62 million positive delta. So 82 million shares in one 5-minute candle, followed by 30 million, 19, 16, 13. Yeah, so you could see the volume here petering out, dying off. And this initial candle makes these other candles look tiny. So you have to adjust. We'll do this, maybe adjust them a little bit to where, yeah, easier to see it. Easier to see. So, see, this got this monster opener, 11:45. Okay, so they did it right before the lunch hour. Perfect. Seen you on YouTube. Try long at 3,000 price. I don't know what you mean, my friend. Seen you on YouTube. Try to long at 3,000 price. Let me know what you mean. 3,000 on what? Yeah, so basically it's been a bit of a slow. I mean, we've just lost this opening candle VWAP, which is around 163. But to be honest, the plays I've been looking at are more related to NASDAQ and the other stocks that are in. For example, Nvidia and Tesla. Those are the two I've been keeping my eye on as sympathetic plays, because yeah, this whole market has been trying to break an upward trend, and every time we get a strong bounce, we do get strong selling. You can see here on Nvidia, which is of course the biggest, baddest stock in this whole market. Make all-time highs, massive selling, awesome bounce, That was on the 3rd of the month, 4th of the month, and huge sells out of it. Tried to bounce again, massive sell resistance. Same thing. Earlier this week, Tuesday, bounce, sell like crazy. So I gotta be more partial here to thinking that this SpaceX catalyst may be more of a turning point than we have thought. And I think the biggest thing for me is the focus going to be next week on the Federal Reserve. Will we see the new Fed chair make a statement? And will they actually, Kevin Warsh, will he give us a surprise? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Trading first hour of the IPO. Yeah, exactly. Trading the first hours of an IPO is like basically it's like a casino, you know. I saw an article from okay, Sparta, thank you very much, man. I saw an article from, I think it was Bloomberg or JP Morgan, and they said investors think that it's a 50-50 shot on if it goes up or down. I'm like, okay, 50-50 is actually pretty good odds. So but for me, Nvidia is the more interesting play. I mean, SpaceX, it's gonna be fine. It's huge, but at the same time, it's got too much buzz around it for me to be interested right now, except for just buying shares at good price points. So come back down to 135. I'm definitely a buyer. It's got just the volume has completely died. So if you're looking at from earlier, it's just completely died out. So you really haven't got a lot of interest right now. But I will say we're coming into the last 20 minutes of the sesh, and it could easily get some action here. So let's take a look together. Otherwise, I will be keeping my eyes on Nvidia, Nasdaq, the ES, and of course Tesla, our baby, my baby. So why NQ? Why do you do this? My Nasdaq is giving me a little trouble right now. Let's do this. Close this tab. Okay. So now you can start to see some sellers coming in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this volume delta over here. Cool. So yeah, so starting to actually get a little bit of increase of volume here. We've got some news. Oh yeah, come on. Get back down to 150. Yields rise as traders wait possible Iran deal. Okay, so interesting. So the yields are coming up. It's just what I was talking about. Is the Federal Reserve going to raise interest rates, give us a surprise bump? There was a 96% chance that actually they were going to stay as is at the current rates, but I don't know, 4%. Some they're saying there's a chance. Let's see here. And of course, they do it on Friday. The rollover begins for futures and for stocks today. Let me put it on in. And just give you a quick moment here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. So, Salias Graska. It probably will not get back to that 3,000 price for a long time. I would guess it not. And so, what's up, Magnum? Good to see you. Tank Breaks. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, we got some homies in here. It's good to see you all. For me, I really want to see how is Nasdaq going to play, and then how is Nvidia gonna? I think Nvidia is going to lead us either higher or lower. And right now, Nvidia's at a good level. You know, it's currently in a nice downtrend. I hate to say that, but it's Nvidia has shifted its context. Okay, so we've got higher high, you know, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And so we can imagine that we're going to continue this trend, okay, down to at least, 200s would be nice. And I like that 200 price. That's an even number. You get a lot of bears probably thinking now we're going to 150 or now we're going to 190 even. And then you reel them in and then you scoop it all-time highs again. So, but keeping an eye here on SC. Here we go. Now you got to get those buyers in, see if they have any firepower, but still so low on the volume. Pretty incredible, to be honest. Tesla crossing 404 earlier today. Yeah, Tesla having trouble even staying above 400, which is not bullish. Could happen. Okay. Keep an eye out. All right. So sound is good. Perfect. Lovely. All right, come on, let's see what we got. Where the bulls at? Okay, 160, 158 seems to be a nice little spot for the bulls. Let's see if they hang on it. By the way, oil, if any of you trade oil, got completely destroyed. It's down probably, I would say probably 10% over the last 2 days. Okay. With Worldcoin being the #1 loser, other than, of course, SpaceX was down probably 1,500% or something. Here we go. All right. Now you're going to see probably profit takers. And we can even, let's see. You see how this price is getting caught up in these sell orders here? Well, there's a big seller right there. And if we close this 5-minute candle, 3 minutes left, below him, below whoever they are, yeah, see they're going to push price downwards. And you see this opposing order here, 106 versus 111. There's more delta on the sell side, easily more, negative 500,000 contracts or shares. So you're going to see those sellers pick up here towards the end, and then we're going to get that MOC probably pretty big on this. You could be bouncing off some support, yeah, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to see one side or the other really kick it into high gear because somebody's got orders to fill and they probably didn't get all their orders. So we got 10 minutes and about 3 minutes. We're going to have, that's a good question. What's my thoughts on SPCX on Monday? You ever seen the meme where the rocket explodes in slow motion? There's another one where it goes the other way, like downwards into the ground. I think it's gonna be one of those for sure. So, I mean, most IPOs do test their IPO price of 135. So 135, if it gets tested, I think that's healthy. Break much below that, I think your market's gonna lose confidence, and we're gonna see a lot because this company literally has no earnings. It's no earnings. They're like their earnings actually are negative. They have like negative EBITDA. They have tons of losses. They only have like really revenues from basically AI, and it's for all intents and purposes, it's not a real company. It is a idea with a lot of pretty pictures and some weird sentences in their S1 filings. So anybody read the S1, you could tell that this is like they took it like a joke. This is not a serious business, but they probably could be. I don't know. It's Musk, so we're gonna find out. Honestly, I want to be an owner. Why not own shares long term with SpaceX? Let's get. All right, keep it moving. Okay, now I'm keeping an eye out. We've got 1 minute here, and then we're gonna see probably some volume come in. Okay, that'd be my guess. I don't know for sure. Let's even dial it down a bit. There you go. Okay, let's pull this. It's not really giving me much, so I'm gonna take that off right now. Down, here we go. Yep, there we go. So you got, like I said, here comes the MOC orders. Okay, next earning report in 82 days. Good to know. 40 seconds. Yes. Come on. All right. We've got Hypecoin up, Intel up. Wow, Intel up 7%. That's crazy. Tesla basically flat. Bitcoin basically flat. Nvidia basically flat. Oil down. Palantir down, which seems weird. By the way, oil and Palantir should be up right now because, well, let's be honest. Well, unless you believe that there's a ceasefire, which hard to believe. Okay, so you see how all these buy orders are getting absorbed. That's pretty telltale sign. MOC equals market at close. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you for sharing that, my guy. TM, you the man. All right, we got 10 minutes left in the session. Honestly, that was a nice little pop, but I think they're gonna probably start to hit it pretty hard here, unless they already got all the orders through, which they could have. The volume was insane earlier, so let's keep an eye. Oh my god. Okay, some orders. See how all these buy orders are getting stuffed into this 160, 150 level. See if they can hold it or push. If they push above that and then get over to 162, yeah, they're gonna try right here. Look at this. Watch, ready? Watch it. Hang out. Watch. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. See how they're getting really like. There's somebody sitting there with the little cells on. But truth be told, I think there's a limitation on insider selling today. So somebody asked about Monday. I think that gets lifted on Monday. So if anything, I think there's going to be sell pressure on it. But there's also a lot of buying, as you can see. It's weak buying, definitely weak, but it's retail buying would be my guess. This does not look like buy activity to me, but it could be. Like I said, close above here. I think you fly. At least 165. Okay, and we've got 1 minute left in this 1 minute in this 3-minute candle. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much getting stuck in there. So let's see. Oh. Cool. So we've got now 6 minutes. Okay. Move down to the 1. BTC looked weak on SFP of 64. Yeah, didn't look great, huh? Really wanted to see a reclaim with power, with some kind of energy. Honestly, I feel like the liquidity is so drained out of Bitcoin, though. It's got 22. Very, 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 very low volume compared to other assets today. You know, you look at something like SpaceX, it's got 490 mil. You know, it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot of volume, and that's shares, not dollars. So, yeah, somebody's selling it here. Let's see it. Okay, we got the OD. See the orders coming through. I mean, this is fun, right? Who's having fun? Let's see. Come on, pop it out. These other tech billionaires trail Musk's fortune. Sure they do. Come on, close it. I tell you, if they close above 163, they're gonna fly. Fly. Go. Oh, that's all delta. It's all negative delta. It's all cells. Attempting a long on SpaceX. Let it fly to 3,000. Buddy, I don't think it's gonna go that way today, but maybe on Monday. Careful. Oh yeah, here we go. Check this out. Ready? Okay, so they got past that big sell order. Now let's see. See if they can push. Yeah. Go. Come on. Ah. Okay, so you see that 81 block right there? Now they're going to retest these buy orders here. It looks like they're selling all across here, but I bet you there's some they're hiding it like limit order buys right here. They're like, oh, we'll have to sell a little bit at market to be able to build up a big position because, let's be honest, the biggest IPO of the year. Everybody wants long. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes left now. We just sit back, watch, enjoy the show. Yeah, see, they couldn't close above 163. That was the target, and now the buyers had their turn. Now the sellers get their shot. And my guess would be in this last 3 minutes. Don't hold me to it, but I think we get some crazy stuff. Start seeing it move really fast. Watch the tape. Today target 182. Hey, it could happen. So a good question, Arza. What's my experience using TradingView Pro versus something like Addis? It's been wonderful. It's been brilliant. It's consolidated my costs into one. It's not as good as a trading platform. I'll say that, but the order flow is calculated differently. It's calculated off of estimates versus actual tick data in Attis. So TradingView is not as precise, but it is, in my experience, accurate. Also, I like having everything in one place. It helps me a lot. I don't have to deal with 2 separate platforms, changing updates and templates all the time. And I respect those people who do, and I think that's amazing. I did for years, and I just like having all in one place. And it helps with keeping the analysis in one spot in my head and also on the screen. There's some limitations for sure. It's definitely not as detailed or in depth as Addis or Quant Tower, but I will say I've had a good experience so far. And the spot keeps posting my. All right, this is it. 1 minute. Come on. Really? The number one IPO of the year is just going to peter out at the last minute of trading at less than 1 million contracts? Where are the bulls? Where are the bears? Nobody's home. Surprisingly, kind of tame. Now let's not say it's gonna maybe. Come on. Yes. Come on. Let's go E. Okay. This is extended session now. So, and that is 10 minutes left. So that, I mean, they really could 3.6 million. Look at that. Look at those big orders. Okay, so we have 87K, 81K, 109K, 3.68 million. in one little candle. Oh boy, they got 7 million right just in that. So yeah, that's what I was waiting for. This big. Whoa, hold on. Really? Am I? You are seeing that, right? And it's not going down. So they got 7 million sell in one candle, and it's all absorbed right here. Maybe. Wow, that is crazy. How about the NPOCs in TradingView? They're great. Yeah, it's awesome. They're calculated basically the same way, just off a 70% value area. Now, NPOC, do you mean like daily or weekly or just the ones you could find off different ranges? Let me know, because they're good. They're pretty much exactly the same. They're a little bit different in terms of they may not have the exact same. Depends on what tick you're using or how many rows, but they're pretty good from my experience. They're great. And you can use all those. Oh, here we go. I said 162. If we close above this 162.5, 163 level, yeah, here we go. Let's go. Now these are like barely any orders moving this thing. Crazy. Look at that. That's a, come on, that's a honker right there. Now it's like, now it's nothing. Okay, so yeah, this is the whales splashing around, and they're saying there's only 8 point whatever orders, only 11,000, only 30,000. But yeah, these $7 million short got filled, or they got a long order, like market shorts filled a whole $7 million limit order. Let's see what the response is. Now that's more like a bot. See 3333333. Okay, these other ones, this seems more like retail stuff. This is a bot for sure. Okay, but they're just, it's such a tight. Honestly, it's pretty very well managed. So, very much different to Addis, yeah. And same with Quantower. They're all a little bit different. Yes, daily, weekly, monthlies, solid. And I'll show you the template after this is over. So maybe 10 more minutes. We can keep watching this. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Excuse me. This is what copyright-free music sounds like. Non-copyrighted music. It's okay. A little royal jelly here. Okay. They're still going. Okay, let me see how low the volume is now. Let's see. Look at that. 7.98 million in this one candle. That's 1 minute after the market close. That's actually at market close. That's MOC right there. That's MOC. And you get a little bit of buy activity here. So okay, so are you asking me what is my plan for TP1 and TP2? Let me know. Are you talking to someone else? Obviously TP1 is 3,000, so it's either 3,000 or 0. I don't know, one or the other. Obviously, kidding. TPO, how many ticks would you set per row on MQ1? It depends on the day. We could take a look though. I can tell you probably today it's probably, I don't know, maybe 6 to 12. And whatever I do on ES, I usually do it by half or by a third. ES usually has a bigger tick range, but smaller overall price range. So Project Skill says, I would not trust TradingView data. I had many support tickets between them and brokers with data discrepancies. TradingView's third-party data brokers instead of direct feeds. Yeah, totally. I'd say like 100% I agree with you. However, it's between that or paying whatever $1,300 for a whole nother data feed. And I'll say this, I do have what I have done, because you made a great point. I bought the data feed through my broker and I used the broker's data feed on here. The TradingView data that comes from whatever, let's call it Bybit or whoever the crypto people is, it's great. The stuff from stocks, you have to buy the data feed. Like for CME, for NASDAQ, for Orca, for all the options, I buy the data feed. And it's like business expense, you know? So you made a good point. Yeah, definitely clarify that I'm not using like the TradingView, like the actual, what do they call it? Like the stock data or whatever. I actually have built into mine paid data. So it's, okay, so we got downturn currently. I'll make a double bottom at 7.86 fib. I like the 7.86. I like 7.5. On long trade, 300 or 200. Oh boy. I don't know. On this long trade, I'm not even thinking about profits. I'm thinking about like long-term investments. So I'd probably say at least double. So 300. If I bought at 150, then 300. Yeah. And then, I don't know, why not 3,000? Right? It easily could 10x for sure. Okay. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. So we'll take a look in a minute after this, maybe 3 more minutes. This is kind of dying off. Let's see how we did here. U.S. stocks rise on Mid-East optimism. SpaceX takes off. I don't know if we can really call this taking off. This is kind of a failed launch, I'd say. This is like, this is an embarrassment, honestly. They should be embarrassed. This is a flop. Let's not sugarcoat it. Whoever did this is Al Jones. Like this is horrible. This is not a takeoff. It literally, yes, it won't even load. It dropped from $3,000 to like, are you kidding me? This is a total failure. I guess, not total, but 395 million. I mean, come on, like. I wonder why they're not showing the whole day. Interesting. Because it started up like way at like $3,000. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I can show my current settings. Give me a minute. Let's watch this out for another couple, like 10 more or 2 more minutes, and then I'll give you all the goods. See this? That's interesting to me. The all of this is nonsense. This right here is what gets me right. Like that 3.6 million and 3.67 million. The big boy. Yeah, the biggest IPOs always go down, which is terribly sad because it means they're exit liquidity vehicles. Which just means, like, for lack of a better term, it's like a way to unload your bag on unsuspecting retail trader. They pump it on the news like it's gonna be it's the hot new thing. It's like, yeah, nah. See this? Look, this is what they're trying to sell us. SpaceX shares closed at 19% higher. U.S. stocks rise. SpaceX takes off. Is this taking off? Is this what taking off looks like? It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. So, pardon my French. Sorry, should not say curse. So, Wojmix for NQ, MNQ. Like I said, kind of depends on the day for how many ticks you could use, but I'd say probably I'd have to open up that chart. Let's do that. I'll look up NQ because it's just probably exactly the same. MNQ. By the way, this is the monthly, weekly, and you were asking about NPOCs. You can see how they're respected. Let's see if I can find you a good one. There. There's one right there. Here's one. They got above it, tapped it, retested. An all-time high. We've still got one open down here at 26,800. Yep, this is the weekly profiles. And then in terms of how many ticks I've got on these, it's like 15. So you can do more, you can do less, whatever's. It does slightly change the data, but I like something that's big enough to capture the volatility, but not too big, so it makes it's oversimplified. Hope that makes sense. So, but overall, this is the daily chart. NQ has made a new high on the daily and a new lower low. So we have, excuse me, higher low. So we've got lower high, lower low. Okay, here. All-time high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we're coming up to this, basically this big resistance here. See, and that's the current week value area high. So what we'd want to see is something like this, retest, or even you can even retest just the POC. But it'd be nice to take out something more meaningful, like an untested value area low. See how big this? If you look at this, that node right there, that's the biggie. Okay, that's you see, like, see how this one. See, it's so big that it ended up being really nice support. Well, same thing here. This is going to be equally as big a resistance there. So, hopefully that makes sense. And this is a bit just a auction market theory. Read about that through Stadelmeyer on markets, and also Mind Over Markets. With I forget what his name is. You know, Mind Over Markets. That's the book. Very, very nice book. Jim. Somebody hit me. Zen Kodam. What do you think about BlackBerry with the partnership with Nvidia? Oh, anything that Nvidia touches is going to be gold. So if BlackBerry's got a partnership, send it to the moon. Systems in it. Okay, so you're saying they're automotive infotainment. Oh, infotainment. I would say I'm not bullish on infotainment. They all suck. Have you ever had a good infotainment system? Let me know. Hit me in the chat. Have you had? Question for you all. Have you ever had a car with a good infotainment system? Okay, Apple CarPlay is decent, but that's like, even that still sucks. To be fair. Now, if you have a Tesla, maybe you're thinking different stuff. But if you've ever had a good infotainment system, please let me know. Now, I'm not saying BlackBerry can't do that, but when's the last time someone had a BlackBerry? All right, sir. I had a BlackBerry Pearl in 2009, okay? And I still have it, actually. I'll probably find it for you. If I whip out the BlackBerry, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. BlackBerry, baby. Yeah, let's see if I can go for this thing. Hello? Yeah. Look at that. The Pearl? Remember the Pearl? Who remembers the Pearl? Come on, baby. This is vintage. It's got a SIM card in it. Wow. Oracle skew. Huh. Well, long story short, I don't know. I'm skeptical on all infotainment systems, and that's just me being a little annoyed by the infotainment systems I have experienced. That would be Jeep and Mercedes and currently Volvo, which all suck. I like the cars. Yeah, Chris has, okay, hang on. Glad somebody got me there. Some are better than others, yeah. But why are they? I think there's a reason they're so bad. That's because like the car companies just don't want to spend money on anything, so they just buy the cheapest software and then, or they all make it in house. It's like, come on, you got to outsource that, please. Please just outsource it. With automotive vehicles, the braking systems, security systems will have the infrastructure. Oh, and you know what? You're right. Zencom, it's gonna make a good point. There's also gonna be a new law coming up that all cars in the US have to be, I think it's like auto start, remote start. So that means, you know, if you're driving at a certain rate and the law doesn't like the way you're driving, they can turn your car off. Really? I don't know. Maybe that's what I heard. Let me check this guy. So Nvidia with a nice little pop at the end. Okay. Nvidia with the 205. Where did Tesla end up? Oh, baby, Tesla. All right, Tesla looking a bit stronger. I like that. I like that. Okay. I'm long on Tesla, if you couldn't tell. But from way lower. I just re-upped at like 400. I've got long calls for 300. So long calls are in the money. As long as it doesn't go above 450, I should be all right. I've got a short call. Should be a short put. At 450. So I sold a call at 450. So if it goes up to 450, I might have to sell my shares, which is fine. I'll take profit. But I'd rather keep the shares and the premium. So we'll see. We'll see. Tesla, actually, look at that closing candle on Tesla, because you see the difference. This actually had like real, this had like a nice finish. Like it was like low volume, high volume. Okay. Whereas same thing on Nvidia, low volume, high volume. Whereas this SpaceX launch was mid, pop, mid, pop, whale. Yeah, dude, this thing launched into resistance. Check hype. Yeah, I'm gonna check hype. Ooh, two-tone. It's in the short, babe. Let's go. Hey, give me a minute. Let me grab a drink real quick, and then yeah, I'm down. And let me know if you have a couple other altcoins. I'll take a look. So now that we're about 20 minutes past market close, let's take a look at some other coins. The stocks are done for the week. Other than that, I'm also long Bitcoin. So I don't know if any of you follow along with the weekly trading plans, but we covered this one right here. So this is the long trade on Bitcoin at the moment. And target is 74,000, then 76. If we can get back up into this value area, ultimately, if we get past 71K, I think this 76, let's just call it 76,500 zone becomes very, very interesting. And to the individual who asked about the naked POC, let's see if I can show you this. Come on. Well, there's something, yeah, there's something up there. Right at the monthly open, we have a weekly point of control that is naked. And also the monthly open. Okay, we've got right here at the high, monthly point of control, naked point of control on the value area high, 76,700. Now, if you do the Fibonacci, what do you think? Is it gonna be up there? Do the Fibonacci, do the CC. Oop, that's the wrong one. So you got this first level here. So we got the monthly open on the 618 fib. Okay. Now, what if you do the 7.5? This is my favorite one right here, by the way. So you got the .75, 76,800 on the naked value area high of the old range on the previous month of May POC, naked POC on the 7.5 with the value area high on some crazy other levels, the monthly. That's the resistance level that chart champions will. If you've been following along with us, we plan a little something like this. Lots for the effect, but you know, you get the point. Okay, this is the plan here. It's the plan we mapped out. I'll show you that. Okay. This is the SFP of the range low, reclaim, fake out, hit the POC, fake it on out, then reclaim, hit the monthly open along with the CC, and you're either going to reject there, or you have the option for a bit of a higher, you know, let's call it 76,800. I prefer that one, but we're going level to level. So hit this, reclaim. First level of resistance is always the CC Fibonacci with the monthly open confluence. And if we make it, make it past that, then we could talk about what's going on up there at the value area high. Okay, and I particularly hope we get up there. Would be nice. Would be nice. Wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't be mad at it. Okay, that's the plan. So with that said, give me just a moment, and we can jump into some TA on alts. Just taking a call on my BlackBerry there. Yep, you know about that. BlackBerry life. So someone asked, let's see, can you show current settings? Yep, I forgot to do that. Let me really quickly show you the overall. I forgot to do this. order flow. Order flow settings. All right. Okay, this is I'll zoom in on this. You can see it. You can do this however you choose. I do it a little different on stocks than I do it on crypto. But for the most part, I do basically the body, the candle, and then with row size, you have to kind of base it on the average true range of the asset. So sometimes if it's a lot bigger of a range, it'll be a smaller number. Likewise, if it's a smaller range, it'll be a smaller number. So let me see here. For the profile, you can either do clusters. Let me do the side. See this better. You can do either the profile, which I like because it has this gradient, and also it shows where the main activity is coming in, or you can do the cluster, which is a little bit more. If you like boxes, if you're a boxy person, you're you do better with this type of aesthetic. All power to you. This does also have the option for putting a gradient. So I'm currently looking at delta. I like the profile a little bit better. You can look at total. You can look at buy, sell, a ladder. Ladder's cool because you can see the orders, then you see where the yellow, obviously, POC. Cells have a gradient. And you don't have to apply the gradient, right? You could just do it as it is. But I like the gradient because it shows velocity. It shows like where see, like right here, you can see this buyers come in at the top of the candle, but still couldn't push price much higher. So, and for example, right here, you see buyers come in you see sellers come in at the middle of the candle, but at the same time, you go over to like let's put a nice high over here. Let's see this nice high at 206. You literally see no sellers at the top of the candle. You only see buyers getting trapped. So this is like a good indication that you have a high where these buyers up here who were, let's be honest, a little irresponsible, they're going to get trapped, right? So, and then other settings, you can do value area. I don't like that myself, but if you're doing 30-minute candles, that's nice because it shows you the overall value. And then let's see. Summary tables, you can do either I like the table down here. The only issue that I have with TradingView on the table is that you cannot increase the size of this. They don't let you edit it at all. And I filed the ticket, so I'll keep you posted. Or you can do the info box. If you want it right there, there's a ton of info you can add. Like I only have volume, delta, CVD. Put CVD, you say POC, high, low range, all of the information that you might be interested in is probably in there. Then you have the imbalances, of course. These are basically where it shows large sellers. Here's an example, or large buyers, stacked orders. I do at least 3, and the minimal volume is 0. So you can also ignore zeros. But that to me, I feel like if you want zeros because you want to see, like right here, you have no selling interest at the top of this candle, which said to me, okay, there's probably some, trapped. It's some nice sells here, but the overall delta is showing that the buyers were pushing really hard here and they didn't get it. So then we can actually pull them down and knock them out, right? So they tried again here, knocked out, and then you see those big sellers come in. That's where the market orders probably were pushing those limit buys out. So hopefully that makes sense. And a few more. Sip over here. It's pop. Right, camera-based AI. Oh boy, a lot there. I have not heard of that one. All right, sideways skinny, my guy, Chris. What's up, brother? My bro from hometown, homegrown, home Georgia grown, boy. Can't have coffee in my mustache on live stream. All right, let's run it. TP1 just below 200. Was that for this SPCX is gonna I'm used to saying SPX. You know, have you all seen that as well? SPX being like the ES 500, like the big contracts. It's gonna throw me off. Let's just call it SpaceX or SPAX. SpaceX. Delta. One thing I also like about this is you can hit apply to all, and it'll like update the whole shebang. So now it just applied the same ticks per row to NASDAQ, and you can see the difference. Like if we let's zoom out like a little bit on Nvidia, but Tesla's got a bigger of a range today. So it's, you can see how the same ticks per row, you get a smaller per tick increment. So what I like to do is just, I'll mess around, go, turn it up a little bit, see what happens. There you go, looks good. So. And I don't know if the trading view like stock data is really that good. I use interactive brokers. Someone had asked about what data. I use interactive brokers and it's pretty solid. And we now we've got, I do have to do a review of Hype because I am also in that trade. But last thoughts on this, I do really like trading view. That being said, I'm in contact with their whatever customer support team and not super responsive, but yeah, watch this space because we might be doing something on that front. So yeah. And if you're not currently signed up for the Madrid meetup, gotta come. We're gonna be live trading. Well, no, actually less live trading, more spending time together and sitting down face to face, one on one. And of course, if you're not familiar with Chart Champions, yeah, just come swing by, check us out. We have a free area where spectators can come and view what's going on. So yeah, hope to see you there. And of course, if you are a champion member with us, you already know how the time goes. Every week I spend probably 12 hours on stream with you lovely people, and we make plans, we have laughs, we make jokes, but we're also very serious about business. So look at this one. Okay, this is a great example here. You saw tons of buyers up in this candle. See? Let's put on the old table so you can see it. Table. Okay. 4.26 million. This is at 3:30 p.m. So the last 30 minutes of the session. Buyers all the way up, and then as soon as you open this candle up, you push up. Sellers take you back down, and as soon as you like get probably down here, that's when you start to move. And you see there's like big sellers right there. 1.28 million, 1.29 million. That's probably would be my guess if this had to, I would say these are probably there was stop losses here at the top, the high, daily high, and then or you have active sellers trying to take profits or push out of this market. And just keep in mind, if you're not familiar with the futures, they are currently rotating. So being the end of the quarter coming up and the 26th of the month, that means it's time to get into the September contract and out of the June contract. So just something to note. And perhaps if you had been around the horn with us, you might have seen some of us taking this long trade here. Well, it's apparently not there anymore. That went way farther than we ever anticipated. So if you're familiar with our coaches, Daniel, Igor, and Severin, Severin had spotted this level probably in, let's call it January or February. And we were waiting here at the 23,900 level with an idea of a run the stops over here and reclaim. And then chart champions gets long over here. Retest, we get longer. And that equals our bigger downside target. And you can see I drew this. Let's see it tell you. 23K at retirement level. Ultimately, we did come down and hit that. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And what else do we have? Honestly, one of the best trades I've ever seen play out. Even on that, even at this smaller scale, really, really, really incredible. So, if anybody caught that, well done. And it just goes to show the power of this market and just waiting on key levels to get hit. Predefined trades, predefined levels, and letting it cook, as we say. The kids say that too. All right, let's see what we got here. Check out Hype. Yeah, for sure. Teutonium. You get the most patient award today. Thank you very much. Oh, did you see? Damn. And unload fast, short it. Downward trend line broken. Dump incoming. Oh my gosh. James B. Somehow he's the only one answering all my tickets. Who's James B? Is that at TradingView? Hit me up. Let me know there if you have the contact. I'd love to know. I just really want to customize that template further. By the way, I could share that template I've shared it with all the members. So if you come by, it's included in that. And Teutonium, you win the most patient award today. So we're going to check out, before we check out Hype, I feel like it is our duty as crypto bros. No, we're clearly crypto hoes. I'm kidding. Don't tell anybody I said that. We're just Joes. We're just Joes hanging out, making some pros, doing what we does. I'm gonna just update all my TA. I'm gonna go through my process, kind of show you how I do it. Oh, I wish I could play my own music. Let's see. Let me check. Does anybody know if SoundCloud music is copyrighted? Probably shouldn't push it, but is right. Ooh. Creative Commons. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Unfortunately, I do not know any of this music, but the SoundCloud, or excuse me, the Spotify stuff is not the best. Okay, Palantir. Honestly, Palantir got hit. I think they're kind of in the same boat as oil. You know, they're like war good or war goes, Palantir good. War bad, war done, Palantir bad. Very binary. Pump and dump. Could be. Could be. I think it's too much. There's too much publicity now. If they did a pump and dump, it would look bad for all parties. So I think they have to support it now. I mean, they did themselves a. Well, Musk knew what he was doing, but I think there's too much hype now. No pun intended. Yeah, let's just see what is good. Bad? Not bad. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me know if it's too loud. Oh yeah, oil. Sayonara. I think we need to do ourselves a quick favor though and check out Ethereum before we get started. Obviously, Ethereum's still the queen of crypto, is it? I don't know. Maybe it's not anymore. Maybe it's Solana. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Solana will overtake Ethereum? Let me know. I guess people use Binance, so. Oh, so it's the same price as I looked at it earlier. Huh. Yeah, clearly strong there. Look at the USDT assets. Oh yeah. Let's see. Definitely gonna check out Hype Teutonium. What price do I see for closure post market? 160, 161. 6G infrastructure, bro. I'm not even caught up with 5G. Yeah, I don't know. 6G sounds like it's gonna melt my inside. And it's all good. Don't apologize. We're having a good time. The downward trend line broken, maybe. We'll see. Palantir can take a look. Got in Palantir at 7. What? Palantir's like 130 bucks though. It's a good buy. So you are able to do an anonymous Market Wizards book. If there's ever another one, I really think that some of CC coaches should volunteer. I will tell you what, I know for sure that there's doing another one. And I don't think any of our coaches are doing it, but there are some people who you've heard of and I've heard of that are going to be in it. So let's do a Q&A. Let's do simple. Okay. See here. Let's do this. Soul or Hype. All right, putting a poll out right now. Oh, message retracted. Come on, send it. Okay, yeah, it should be pinned in the channel chat. Let me know. Unpinning my message. Okay, so almost an hour and 45. Okay, we're an hour 20. Okay. And I thank you again for hanging with me. My first time on YouTube. And it was a rough start. We had fun. I had fun. You know, hopefully we don't get fired. It's possible. It's entirely possible. But hey, I'm hyped still. I got hype coin. Let's see. We've got a nice sending wedge on Ethereum. And I've made a plan that I would love to share with you all that I think could be fun. and a lot of, basically a fake out of the lows on Ethereum. However, it's under a different template. So what I'm basically saying here is that I think Ethereum, is it the MySpace of crypto? Or is it the Facebook? Clearly Bitcoin is Google. And Solana is like maybe Yahoo. Better than Yahoo. Apple? Anyways, you see where I'm going with this. There's some winners and there's going to be losers. Who's going to have the market share in 10 years? What do you think? So if you haven't done the poll yet, now's the time. Give it another 2 minutes about that. We're doing our due diligence. Okay, so this is obviously Ethereum. And I mean, just look at that. 1 month. These are monthly candles, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think in order to fix this chart, you got to take that level out. Sorry, not sorry. It's got to happen. 1,300 at least. And maybe even all-time low. Or at least, not all-time low, but, Why not? Okay, 1,000 might be a little difficult there, but I think we have to do the USD chart, honestly. Yeah, there we go. Looks much better. So I say that 1,360. Oh, hold up. 1,369. Not Seifu. Okay. So watch this level. Just barely took the highs there. Beauty. Until then, let's say we're probably, 1,400 to 1,500 are pretty good. So, but look at this. You take the tippy top again of the all-time high here, and you match it up down here with the low before the bull run. Your price right now is below the 886, so it's like 95% retrace, which it's more likely now at this point that the overall low is going to get taken. So that's where my head's at. And so that being said, I think we can be hyped on hype right now, but we have to understand that the party will end, and then somebody's gonna be left holding the bag. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be me? I hope not. Doing great. Keep her lit. Cristonia. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Ending the poll now. Ending the poll. And let's see what we got. Yo. Okay. So we got, Solana 1. Hype. Yeah. Look at that. ETH. Solana. Hype. Wow. A lot of solars. So BTC now struggling at the high. Oop. Look at this. You see the buy volume into the top here? No. They tried. They failed. Okay, so we've got a nice retest of the overall value area high, the mini range down here. Could this just be a deviation of the range and then a move back in? Very possibly. And the reason I'm looking at this just for context, we have to know. Look, the ETH looks a little sad. And then now we've got Bitcoin here. Let's see where the CC is. Yo, come on. Oh. Okay, so 62 to 61.7. Good support. Okay, POC. Lose the POC. See ya. I think you run the old 59s again. last but not least, we do have the old Hyper. And I have not used this exchange, and I believe it is an exchange, but has anybody else used it? I hear good things. I hear it's a legit business that has cash flow, and unlike many cryptos, it actually has like a management team that knows that's not actually inexperienced, right? ETH is a no-brainer. Well, hey, could be ETH's the OG. What's his face? He's like, what does Vitalik do now? Is he like still the leader over there? Okay, so we've got, can I explain delta and open interest on SPCX? Sure. Delta is the difference between the buys and the sells in any candle. So if you had one candle that was, let's just say, see this one here? This one was 37.4 or 34.93 shares. 3.093 of those shares were overall were red. So you take the total amount of buys, which would be 31-ish, and then you have the total amount of sells, which would be, oh, no, it would be 31. It would be half of, basically you split that 34, and then whatever's left over, you add that to the winning side. So this is the winning side is the delta here. That's the more aggressive side, and how you pair that up with, out of frame here. How you pair that up with the open interest is that you've got delta showing one way, but open interest showing that another way. Like open interest is going down, for example. That means shares are coming out. So if you've got increasing delta on the positive side, but decreasing open interest, you can tell that those are market orders, market sells that are then pushing, or new contracts are not entering the market. Therefore, the delta is not as powerful. You want to see, when you're going up, you want to see positive delta increasing open interest, new contracts. On the way down, if you're short, you want to see new contracts increasing the open interest as well as delta decreasing. And that sounds a little foreign, but once you study it a little bit, it makes sense. Cool. So we're thinking about, somebody said they're looking at a hype short. Tell me more. Which broker would you recommend to trade stocks as a European trader? Ooh, boy. It's a good question, as I'm not a European trader. I'm not sure I could tell you specifically. I would say Interactive Brokers is one to look at. I know some people who trade them with success. They're very old school, like classic type of broker, so don't expect like a fancy trading view. Although they do partner with TradingView, it's just kind of not great. UI, I mean. Let's see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run through my typical TA routine on Hype. And then I'll share my trading plan along with where I'm at currently, where I'm taking profits. Yeah, no KYC is the best. And then Swiss quote. Is that a Swiss company there, Anthony? Because if it's Swiss, I like it. Swiss don't miss, as I like to say. Alles ist in Ordnung und grüezi. Yeah. For EU Interactive Brokers. Yeah, Tasty Trades is solid. Much better UI. So, yeah. Hope you all got that nice grüezi. Now, that was 5 out of 10. Okay. Shut it all off. First things first, I only do TA on the coin that I'm trading. However, since I'm not trading the Bybit pair, I'm actually trading the BitUnix pair. I will say that the Bybit and BitUnix pairs are almost identical. But this one has probably more volume, so I'm just leaning on this one. Hopefully that is good with you all. And what do we do? We'll do a compare. Let's compare it up. BTC. Okay. Couldn't hurt to compare it, right? Okay, so we've got Bybit on the left, and then we'll have other Bitchnix. Let's see. Bitchnix on the right. Oops. Yeah. And we'll look at 30-minute candles on both. Okay. Total volume 77, total volume 35. Total volume 100, total volume 30. POC on this last candle is 67.2. PUC on this one is 61.002. Okay. Current high 61.337. Okay. Current high 61.337. Okay. Now let's look at low of the day. Okay, that's low of day right here. Yeah, here we go. Low of day on Bitchnix is, it was at 3:30 a.m. 3:30 a.m. On Bitchnix it is 56798 56798, and on Bybit was 56782. Very close, very, very, very close, within 2 cents. Yeah, within 12 cents. Not bad, not bad. Let's compare a high volume candle. Took profits up here, actually, on this long trade initially. That's the 65 level. What do we got? What do we got? There's something here. Let's see. Nothing. Oh. Apply the same tick data. Let's do. Okay, so we'll apply the exact same settings to both. We'll find the 66K high here. Here we go. 12 p.m. on Monday the 8th. Okay, that's probably the weekly high there. Okay, we've got weekly high at 65,800. Then we've got on Bybit weekly high at 65,765. So very, very close. We have POC at 64.9. Here we have POC 64,865. Big sells at the top, very little sells at the bottom. Big sells at the top, very little sales in the bottom. So since there's more overall on Bybit, we use Bybit. But when I'm searching out altcoins, that's typically how I decide which one has a better volume, which one is cleaner. And okay, that is Bybit. This is a brand new little coin, huh? And pardon me, well, I'm gonna go a little bit quiet and do my stuff. 63. Okay, that is becoming a very interesting level for me. You can see you tapped it here at 66. Huge move down. Okay, if we get up here, I'm going to set an alarm on this one. That'd be where I'm taking nice profits. If we get above that and then fail, I'll be taking profits on the way back down. Say we poke up into 63.20. I'll then start selling if we get back below that. Hopefully that checks out. Okay, we're gonna label this medium time frame. Call this the all-time high. Okay. That way, when I open it up, I know where it's coming from and how powerful it is. So that's a pretty big one. All the volume since all-time high. Okay. All that. A VWAP. All right, tell me this. Is it VWAP or VWAP? It's the age-old question. It's a big one. And, of course, set an alarm on that. You know I love my alarms. Rectangle. Ooh. Almost got it. Almost got that little support box. Not quite. Hit the overall giant 382. That's bullish. Come on. So from low to high. Dot 382. Smashed with the SFP. Beautiful. This was the long we took on stream. Unfortunately, got stopped out over the weekend. However, we might have relonged in this general area very on the last couple of days. So we've got basically the origin of the pump, anchored VWAP, and we'll call that 38. 38. All right, let's pull it back to here to 34. That looks better. See how it's got interactions, claim it, backtest it, and now backtesting it again. So you know what? We'll call this 34. Origin pump 34. That in the ABOT folder. Supply demand 32. Call this 32. And that's a big one. Let's put it right here. Stream long. Multi VWAP. Got the monthly VWAP right at 64 as well. Keep that in mind. This stuff. Let's see. All-time high. Call this high time frame. 75,815. Okay, keep that number in your head. Right, then we've got fibs. Big CC. I think I might already have that in there though. Yeah, we got that one already. Close it up. Okay, where's that array? Old weekly as this basically a supply and demand flip. That in the weekly folder. Why not? So always does that. Sometimes if you miss the typing on TradingView, it just opens up. See, look at that. Do it again. Super annoying. Okay. And trades. Then we got this overall range. Wow. So this is the range from the start of the pump at 38 all the way up to the all-time highs. Okay. Currently claimed the POC, but running into this big resistance here at 61.90. That's gonna be the big one to beat out. So you got one right here, rejection. Then you try to claim it, lose it, backtest and down. Cool. Hope all's checking out with you. More rectangles. This is the overall plan here. Let it chill for a couple of days, then see you later. Accumulation range, one would say. Definitely gonna hit the all-time high potentially. Don't want to say definitely, but yeah, no, it's gonna happen maybe. It's part of the plan. Weekly level folder. monthly level into the folder. Did I already lose the monthly? Oh. Oh. There we go. Okay, pull that in there. Cool. VWAPs. So we're basically in between these two anchored VWAPs, okay, from pump and from all-time high. So between 53 and let's call it 63. And a nice little $10 range there. Done. Support box looks good. Yes, supply and demand. Old long. Delete that one. The key multi VWAP here is the monthly. You got monthly and the daily. Okay. The inputs are. Okay. Okay, so we've got heavy resistance at 63, 64. Okay. Keep it in mind. BRBB. Big POC here at 62, call it. So yeah, this thing is sitting under some really nice resistance. However, it's also very bullish. Still higher high, higher low, higher high. Potentially shifting here. This could be higher low, lower high, lower low, then just push up to all-time high. Maybe not. What are you doing, brother? You can't find a single trade. My guy, the market is over, bro. This is planning. You plan your trades as well, or do you just fire away with no no thoughts? Yeah, let me know, please. 'Cause I'd be curious to know how you're trading. And I'll actually show you the trade I'm in right now, because I don't know, probably multi-profits right now, multi-thousands of dollars in profit. So it's no like hate, but plus like this is a free stream. Like you think I'm just gonna give you my best trade? Nah, dog. Just miss me with that. Let's see here. Yep. But I will say, I do appreciate a nice, healthy skeptic. Do appreciate it. If you were looking for free trades, I mean, I'm sorry, that's not what we do. If you didn't know, if you're looking for signals, I would probably suggest you search elsewhere. That is not our game. Okay, but if you're looking to learn, grow as a trader, you want to build your own trade plan, then you come to the right place. Cool. Now that that's done, let's do this like that. Sweet. Cool. Now, I'm not super excited that we do have this head and shoulders pattern forming. One thing I do like, though, is that we've got a nice reclaim of this low here, 54. Okay, that low has been pretty key, and I'll show you why. Let's see. Let's do key blue. Check it out. You go over to the daily chart, you'll see that even before this coin was big, it was acting as 57, 50, 49. So like this whole zone here, right? 52. This has been a really nice level of support and resistance. Okay. Seeing how it's kind of acted. And I think that looks good. Even more so down at 50, but we have not tested that level yet. You can see how it's resistance, resistance, break above, resistance, drop down to all-time lows, fill the candle, and then now we're trying to hold it again as support. And what I'm looking for right now is this zone here to hold, right? Got to hold it before. Now that we've taken the lows over at 4 and reclaimed with a nice, beautiful break of structure. Bullish, I might say, might add myself. If we can then hold this level, I think we could push towards easily 65.6, right? So then the trade plan would be, once we reclaim this low, as you see here, something like that, and we can look for a new all-time high. And which level would I look for? Well, I might keep that to myself. Just kidding. First point of resistance is going to be 62, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but to the champions, obvious. We then have this support level coming in at 53, 54 zone that if we test it again and lose it, I would say, watch out. Watch out. That's not good. And, of course, we have coming in above, if reclaimed, yeah. I would say you can even, this is a good low here. So we now have taken this liquidity. We've shown that price wants to be above this POC. So if you're shorting right now, I think you could easily look for, a retrace down into, let's call it our zone, right? So boom, like this. Okay. Now this one would be pretty limited in what I personally, if you were going to short, I'd wait till higher, much higher. Maybe even like break of all-time high and then rejection. So for me, the short trade is not as interesting as the long. The buzz around this coin is very much bullish. So here is the trade right here. There you go. Last but not least, cherry on top. Okay. The best way I would say to get into this trade is waiting for a retest of the overall fibs here. So we've got a nice pump here, sure. What we need to do is we need to come back down and prove that this is worthwhile and the price is going to stick here. So we look for break of high and then move up to this. Something like such as, okay. And it would, of course, yeah, it could look any kind of way. What you don't really want to see, for example, is this type of thing, a new low and then down. That's also possible. It actually looks probably more natural there. You've got the 38 level that then you could, if this does happen, you could look at potential, momentum short, basically retest of the 54 level as resistance. Okay, stop above the high, then push down to the some lower levels, right? So you've got two different options here. Personally, I want the long. I'm already positioned, but if we have to, I'll take the short. Why not? If anything, to hedge a spot position. So option one being the long, like so. Okay. Really, I want to see break that and then come back down, retest, then that. Okay. New all-time high would be beautiful, but we need also, like, you need stock market to be higher, you need crypto to be higher, and then the squiggles don't matter so much as the levels. 56, 57, holding a support. with some nice volume coming in. See, we've got volumes kind of flattened out here. You want to see some activity in terms of new contracts. Right now, we've got contracts coming out of the market. See open interest going down. That's pretty much it. I mean, that's honestly, I'll take a look and see what everybody's thinking, but I'm glad I'm just not on mute for that part. Any confluence for POCs? Let's see. Well, here's the two options I'm thinking. Okay, and that's just really quick. Let's just throw on some. There we go. We've got a nice little anchored view up there at 62. Also, in terms of if you are in the long trade, like so, right now is not a bad time to potentially take some profits. Although personally, I'm waiting until $63. Okay. And now that I've said that, I will show you the trade that I'm in. Why not? Show you a trade. And then I'll take a look at some questions. And then it's Friday night. And if you're still here with me, tell me, what are you doing this weekend? Any fun plans? You do anything special? I might go out to dinner. But where? I don't know. Could be anywhere. Long trade for SpaceX. Short squeeze on SpaceX? I don't know. Short squeeze on hype? Definitely. Anti-phishing check. Okay, that's great. Love that. What if I just want my... Real broker's gonna do me like that, huh? Excuse me, gotta do my 5-factor authentication here. Okay. Sheesh. How many authentications do I need? There we go. And we do this indicator. They got to figure out something better than this 5-factor 16 number. Seriously, just scan my face already. Okay, here we go. I've been doing this for like so many years now. It's just like still sucks. Hey, you got it. Now can I look at my trade? Thank you. Sweet. Oh yeah. Wow, that's actually pretty good. So, as I mentioned, I stream 3 times a week, and not 3 times, 3 times. And on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And this week we had a couple hype trades. Last Friday we actually put one on. Wasn't half bad, and re-entered later this week. And I think you might like it. So let me do all to make sure I don't have any personal information. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Solid. Sweet. I think I can just. Sick. All right, now if I can do this. Oh. Here. Just copy and paste it for you. There we go. Got in the trade as soon as it broke the POC, retested, and price now moving up to our target, which is going to be 72. My target, probably all-time high. But if you're a little more conservative, that's cool too. You know, do what you do. Not so bad. I already realized the 4-figure profit on that one. And I know that doesn't sound so impressive, but I don't care. It's a lot of money for me. Last but not least. There we go. We have our baby, our main Bitcoin. Chilling. Break the highs, retest. Okay. Confirm that market structure break, and boom, we're in. Now, gotta say, I'm not feeling great about this because it should be pushing a little faster, a little harder, Bitcoin, but hey, you know, SpaceX took all the liquidity today. We'll give it a weekend. Tim Draper ranks Elon Musk the below Satoshi. Will SpaceX buy more Bitcoin? Oh, I hope so. Let's hope so. Yeah, cool. And just to finish it all off, tie it all together. Last but not least, we got this little short trade potential here. Okay. And the tough one would be if you make a nice high here, but do not break the 65, 66 high. I think you could put your stop there. But if you continue to go up, I would not at all short this at all. I would stop there, and that would be all-time high potential. Okay. So number one idea would be to see, break the highs here. Okay. Then retest. Okay. And then potential for an SFP type of law, like short. Now, if you don't do that, I think easily take this thing up to new heights. 80 bucks at least. Looking for, what's the price target on this thing? Somebody said there's some firms that think there's going to go way higher, but hey, we can never trust them. We always trust our TA. So, all right, let me see. SpaceX is very stagnant. Texas Roadhouse, hey, my guy. Both in front. It's long. Yeah, true that, true that. Hey, I appreciate that, my man. Zind, Kodum. Yeah, anchor it at the first high. Not quite it, but if you anchor from the second high, we tapped it. Yeah, that's right. So, a good question. Good question. So the anchored VWAP. Why did I pull it from here? It's the all-time high. It captures all of the price action in between here and there. If you take it from here, which I normally could take it from the impulse, right? We've already hit it. Since we've already hit it, I'm going to go to the next one back, which is the highest high on the chart. To me, that's the more important one. It's got all this, and look at how it's interacted with. If it didn't have this, I would have used the second one like you were talking about. However, it does have this beautiful, and that's just push above, push below, back below, dump, like really like hard. And then you have this one here, has been sort of wishy-washy, but overall had been claimed and then retested like with quite a lot of accuracy. So I'm looking at anchored view ops. I always check about how have they been interacted with, and then second, I say, okay, where are they coming from? As long as it captures a good bit of volume, that's all that matters. Hopefully that's making sense to all. And new at trading, how can you predict the market? Well, the thing is, you don't predict the market. This is just, if you're new at trading, don't look at that at all. What I would do on trading is saying, hey, if the market comes here, right? If the market comes to this price, 59, I will add a certain amount of money to the trade. That would equal the amount of risk I'm willing to take. Say it's $500 risk. The amount of contracts that are I would have to buy to be at $500 risk. Well, you can see that it's basically a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So it would give me $1,500 profit. I'm not trying to predict anything. All I'm saying is that if the price comes to here, then I'd buy 500 of risk. I'm either gonna pay 500 or I'm gonna make 1,500, or somewhere in between, right? Let's say I ended up here and it makes 1,000. Not predicting, just reacting with evidence. Not reacting impulsively, reacting with a plan. And that's what we say at Chart Champions is trade the plan. Plan the trade. Trade the plan. And I think we do a decent job. You know, I try my best. And so do all of you. And I really appreciate you being here. Chrissy, that line, the blue is not 200. That's a anchored VWAP. And it looks like somebody answered it for you. Staying home with the kids. Nice. Enjoy that. RT Mew. I'm knocking at Manuel. And then my other compadre, who was this? Was asking about Vito. What's up, brother? I hope you're well and feeling good. Microsoft and Palantir, Carlos, another time, my man. And also for the UAI USDT, another time. I gotta go. It's Friday night, and I've been here for 2 hours. So, Chris, Teutonium, Samuel. So it's like a casino. Yeah, essentially, what you're saying is correct. That if you are trading as a business, it's not like a casino. If you're trading like a average trader, it is. So you're basically putting it on black or putting it on red. However, that average trader in the casino does not have an edge. At Chart Champions, as a professional trader, I have an edge. And I've shown you a little bit of that today. And some of that has to do with some order flow, right? We've got these tools that we use that give us the probability, not necessarily the prediction, but the probability on our side. I know out of every 10 trades I take, 7 are going to be winners, 3 are going to be losers. And if that is the consistent pattern over time, you have a winning system. So if you can do that in blackjack, I would be very impressed, to be honest. And the key there, though, is to not treat it like a casino and to treat it like a business. Risk is not money. It's not chips on the table. It is actually business expense, and profits are not just cash. They are income and revenue and top line streams. And then you have to factor in your costs. So like this desk, this chair, these lights, all that is cost of business. So it's almost like poker, except you don't know who you're playing against. You just see them on the screen. So it's like, if you could, it's probabilities, it's psychology, and I will say that most of the time you're actually playing against yourself, not the market. So sorry if I'm yelling at you. This might be a little loud, but SpaceX is starting printing. Well, of course it is. Now it's the market's done, so of course it's printing. It's let's see. What are you talking about? Printing? Yeah, a little bit, maybe a little bit. But to be honest, they said that SpaceX launched. Wall Street and hires a SpaceX market debut dominant. What? Are you kidding me? You see how this they're selling us a bag of US dollar ticks higher amid expectations on reopening of Strait Hormuz. I just don't believe it. I don't know. I don't believe anything these folks say, because it says SpaceX pretends for OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI is Different topic. Anthropic and OpenAI. That's what's up next. So we got that to look forward to. SpaceX launches. I don't know. Is that a launch? Launch? It's more like a... I don't know. It doesn't look launchy to me. Let's see. Like the last biggest IPO, and then I'll go. Saudi Aramco. This was like 2 billion or something. Saudi, what is it? SA. Ooh, SI. Sam. Ramco. It's a Ram. That's right. Yeah. No. Saudi Aramco. Okay. Oi. Oi. Yeah. Basically, it's the state oil company of Saudi Arabia, and the ticker is... I want to see how they did on day one. Ticker. Stop it. That's not true. SR. NASDAQ. Ta-da. Ta-da. Okay. Ta-da. 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 It's not the right one. This doesn't feel right. Ta-da wool. Okay, they just have like a normal 2-letter ticker. Nice. Oh. It's 2222. They have a freaking number. I guess that's kind of cool. Hey, let's just go for it. Let's see. Another candle. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's go to. Let's go. Yeah, 2020. So this was their first day. They died. Yes, October 2019, and they just died. Well, that was COVID. So is that really? IPO. I'm thinking of SAR. Looking for the one on Saratoga. Wow. December 11th, 2019. Okay. 1.7 trillion. SAR 32. Okay, so they started at 32, ended up down at 22 in the next months. Terrible. I mean, pardon me, I just gotta get all the way back. There we go. So their first day, how did they do? They died. See, but they didn't start higher. They started low and then they went. SpaceX started up way too high and then dumped. So maybe that was just the crypto exchanges. Anyways, let's watch this continue to rise. So I think 62.5 might be the nice. If you're in the long, you know, consider potential. Take profits there. Alrighty. Well, I am SpaceX stagnant. Yeah, definitely didn't blast off. It didn't. No, it's not what I would call a home run or a bombshell or anything like that. But who knows? I'm bullish on SpaceX. I'm bullish on space exploration. I have not seen a space company ever be profitable. Just FYI, if you were into the Virgin one, that one was a bust. I think Blue Origin's a bust. But they've got AI, so and Tesla. I think they're gonna buy Tesla. So yeah, the first trillionaire just launched. True, and wasn't he at the Epstein's thing or whatever? Really wild parties. Uh, nah. Elon's the 420 funding secured is probably one of the hardest lines ever in history. So you know, some people just know how to pump it. And do you remember the days of Dogecoin and the old? He literally created a government department called Doge, and it failed. But different story. But that's pretty badass. Come on. Give me some robots. Give me robots. Give me Mars, and we'll call it even. Good. So that's it. I'm out of oils trades. I'm not interested in longs anymore on oil. Ethereum. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on here. Something not right here. It's changed. Ethereum is changed as a person. So all that said, it was a lot of fun trading with you today. Hopefully some of you were able to catch the end of it. I apologize that I wasn't able to be there at the beginning as I had some technical difficulty, but now that's all sorted, we'll get better at it. And seeing this is my first live stream, it could have gone way worse. I'm gonna look at the bright side. Hopefully you do all too. You all do too. And yeah, if you know me at all, you know that I'm all about positive vibes and good energy and learning and growing as a team. So much love to you all. I hope you have a fantastic Friday, and I will see you next time. CC Pool is out. We send our regards. And of course, if you haven't already, come on over to cchartchampions.com. Come check us out. All right, links in the description. And hey, you might just learn something, and you might just make banks. That's what I love, man. That's what I love. And we like I say, trading is life. And yeah, that's what I'm all about. So much. Oh, want to stay? I will have to leave actually. Like I was saying, I do have some dinner appointments later. Steak dinner, baby. And it's been a long week, but Texas Roadhouse for dinner tonight. That's right. Getting the porterhouse. And yeah, I would love to stay. And if you know, the people who are in the champions group know that I could stay all day and all night. So I love this game. Truly, I love all you. And I hope you have a great, amazing, fabulous, said fantastic already, Friday and a weekend. Remember, I always just go, show your love, okay? Show your love. Give someone a hug. Tell someone you love them. And leave it. I'm going to cry. Well, I'm going to cry too, okay? My throat is starting to hurt. So all love and be well. Don't forget, again, just keep it right, keep it tight, and touch some grass. Go hug your significant other. Go hug your kids. Tell them you love them and that they make a difference in your life. And that, hey, you can be the change you want to see in the world, starting with one trade at a time. All right, I'm gonna get off the soapbox. Yeah, cheers. Be well. I'm out.